Top 7 fruits that are not good for people with diabetes. You also know that fruit is an integral part of a healthy diet. It provides many vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants that help improve health. However, for people with diabetes, not all fruits are safe if consumed without control. Many fruits have high carbohydrate content and glycemic index, GI, which can rapidly increase blood sugar levels, making it difficult to control the disease. In this video, we share with you 7 fruits that have been scientifically proven to have high glycemic index and carbohydrate content that are not good for people with diabetes. You do not need to eliminate these fruits. You can still use them, but use them in moderation to avoid causing blood sugar to increase rapidly after eating. And now, let's learn and analyze these 7 fruits. 1. Bananas. Bananas are one of the most consumed fruits in the world, and they are loved for their natural sweetness and high nutritional content, providing energy for the body and helping to improve cardiovascular health and the digestive system. Daily, bananas are often eaten fresh, made into smoothies, processed into cakes, or combined with many different dishes. However, for people with diabetes, bananas are a fruit that needs to be strictly controlled due to the high carbohydrate content in bananas. Bananas have a glycemic index, GI, of 51 to 62. The riper the banana, the higher the GI. Although the GI of bananas is only low to medium, due to their high carbohydrate content, they can increase blood sugar quickly after eating. Studies show that 100 grams of bananas contain 23 grams of carbohydrates and 2.6 grams of fiber. The amount of carbohydrates in bananas is mainly sugar and starch. After eating carbohydrates, they are converted into sugar, thereby increasing blood sugar. Especially when you eat a large amount, the rate of increase is even faster. Therefore, people with diabetes who want to control their blood sugar should limit eating bananas, especially ripe bananas, in their daily diet. If you eat them, you should eat a maximum of 80 grams per meal to ensure low blood sugar levels and not eat bananas when hungry. When eating bananas, you should combine them with foods that contain a lot of protein, healthy fats, or fiber, such as chia seeds, almonds, and unsweetened yogurt, to slow down the absorption of sugar into the blood. 2. Watermelon. Watermelon is a fruit of the African gourd family and is now widely grown worldwide. It has thick green skin and juicy red flesh, is naturally sweet, is 91% water, is a thirst-quenching fruit, and has many health benefits. Watermelon is often eaten fresh, juiced, made into smoothies, or combined in salads and desserts. However, it is not a good fruit for people with diabetes because of its high glycemic index and low fiber content. Watermelon has a glycemic index, GI, of 72, putting it in the group of foods with a high GI that is unsafe for people with diabetes. In 100 grams of watermelon, there is only 0.4 grams of fiber. The amount of fiber is minimal, so it is not able to slow down the absorption of sugar into the blood. So when eating watermelon over the allowed amount, blood sugar may increase suddenly, especially when you eat it when hungry. Therefore, to maintain blood sugar levels at a safe level, people with diabetes should limit eating watermelon and instead eat fruits such as strawberries and grapefruit. If watermelon are your favorite fruit, you can still eat them in small amounts, but should only eat a maximum of 150 grams per meal to ensure blood sugar is safe. When eating, you should also eat foods that contain a lot of fiber or protein to reduce the absorption of sugar into the blood, and you should not use watermelon in the form of juice. 3. Pineapple. Pineapple is a delicious and nutritious fruit. Pineapple contains a lot of vitamin A, vitamin C, fiber, antioxidants, and minerals such as calcium, magnesium, potassium, and many other minerals. This fruit is delicious and has many benefits for the body, such as strengthening the immune system, improving cardiovascular health, and supporting the digestive system to function effectively. Although pineapple has many health benefits, for people with diabetes, pineapple needs to be used sparingly because of the glycemic index and natural sugar content in pineapple. Pineapple has a relatively high GI 66 glycemic index for people with diabetes. Eating a lot will lead to the risk of rapid increase in blood sugar. In 100 grams of pineapple, there are 13 grams of carbohydrates. The amount of carbohydrates in pineapple is mainly sugar, and the fiber content is only 1.4 grams. Fiber slows down the absorption of sugar into the blood, but because the amount of fiber in pineapple is not high, eating pineapple can cause blood sugar to increase after eating. Because pineapple has many health benefits, people with diabetes can still eat pineapple in their daily diet, but they should only consume less than 120 grams to ensure low glycemic load, GL. When eating pineapple, combine it with foods rich in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, such as chia seeds, almonds, and green vegetables. Avoid using pineapple in juice form because juice no longer contains fiber, which can quickly increase blood sugar after eating. 4. Mango. Mangoes are a popular tropical fruit, loved for their sweet, delicious taste and rich nutrition. They originated in South Asia, but are now widely grown in many tropical and subtropical climates around the world. Mangoes are not only delicious but also bring many health benefits thanks to their high content of vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, minerals, and antioxidants. However, for people with diabetes, it may not be a good choice when you eat it regularly. Mangoes have a glycemic index of GI56, which puts them in the group of foods with an average glycemic index. The riper the mango, the higher the GI index. Mangoes also have a much higher natural sugar content than other fruits. Specifically, 100 grams of mangoes contains up to 13.7 grams of sugar. The sugar in mangoes is mainly fructose and sucrose. The high amount of natural sugar can increase blood sugar after eating. Although mango also has fiber, the amount is only 1.6 grams per 100 grams. This amount of fiber is too small compared to the sugar content in mango, so it is not enough to slow down the absorption of sugar into the blood. If you want to maintain stable blood sugar, you need to limit the use of mango, especially ripe mango. Instead, choose fruits with a lower glycemic index and natural sugar content, such as avocado and guava. If you eat, you should only eat a maximum of 100 grams per meal to maintain a low glycemic load, GL. And you should also eat foods containing a lot of protein, fiber, and healthy fats to reduce the absorption of sugar. You should also avoid products such as mango juice or dried mango because these products contain a lot of sugar. 5. Lychee. Lychee is a tropical fruit from China that is widely grown in Vietnam, Thailand, and India. Lychee is a juicy, naturally sweet fruit containing vitamin C, B6, potassium, and antioxidants. Lychee is delicious and has many health benefits, such as strengthening the immune system, supporting nerve function and energy metabolism, helping the body regulate blood pressure, and protecting the heart. However, people with diabetes need to be careful when eating this fruit, because lychee has a fairly high natural sugar content and low fiber content. Studies show that 100 grams of lychee contains up to 15 grams of sugar, while the fiber content is only 1.3 grams. Eating a lot can cause high blood sugar because the amount of fiber is not enough to reduce the absorption of sugar into the blood. Therefore, if you need to stabilize your blood sugar, limit your lychee intake, especially eating a lot of lychee per meal. If you do eat, you should only eat a maximum of 100 grams to avoid high blood sugar after eating. And another important thing is that you should avoid dried lychee products or lychee juice. 6. Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is a tropical fruit of the gourd family, with a characteristic net skin, orange or light green flesh, and a sweet and incredible taste. This fruit contains up to 90% water, helping to provide moisture to the body, especially in the summer. Cantaloupe contains a lot of vitamin C, vitamin A, potassium, and antioxidants such as beta-carotene, which help strengthen the immune system, improve eyesight, and stabilize blood pressure. In addition, cantaloupe also helps beautify the skin and effectively control weight thanks to its low-calorie content. Cantaloupe is a fruit that people with diabetes should not eat much because of its high glycemic index and low fiber content. Cantaloupe has a high glycemic index, GI, from 65 to 70, and a relatively high natural sugar content, 8 grams per 100 grams, so eating a lot will cause blood sugar to increase rapidly. Cantaloupe has very little fiber, only 0.9 grams per 100 grams, and fiber plays a vital role in reducing the absorption of sugar into the blood. Because the amount of fiber in melon is low, sugar will be absorbed into the blood faster and increase blood sugar after eating. If you have diabetes and are looking for ways to control your blood sugar, you should limit eating this fruit. Instead, eat fruits with a low glycemic index and high in fiber, such as avocados and apples. If you eat melon, you should eat 150 grams per meal to ensure a low glycemic load, not affecting blood sugar after eating. When eating, you should also combine it with foods high in fiber to reduce the absorption of sugar into the blood and avoid drinking melon juice. 7. Persimmon. Persimmon is a fruit from Asia that is widely grown in many countries worldwide. Persimmon has a naturally sweet taste and is a fruit rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants. The two most popular persimmon are crispy persimmon and soft persimmon. Persimmon has many benefits for the body, such as supporting cardiovascular health, improving eyesight, strengthening the immune system, and supporting the digestive system. Although persimmon contains many nutrients and is beneficial for the body, for people with diabetes, persimmon is a fruit that needs to be limited because persimmon has a high glycemic index. Ripe persimmons can have a glycemic index of up to 70. It also has a very high natural sugar content. 100 grams of persimmon contains about 20 grams of sugar, much higher than other fruits. So when eaten, it can easily increase blood sugar quickly. Therefore, persimmon is a fruit that should not be eaten if you want to reduce blood sugar. Instead, you can eat other fruits, such as peaches, kiwis, and strawberries. If persimmons are your favorite fruit, you can still eat them, but you should only eat a maximum of 75 grams at a time to avoid a sudden increase in blood sugar after eating. When eating, you should also combine them with foods that contain a lot of protein, healthy fats, and fiber to reduce the absorption of sugar into the blood and, at the same time, avoid eating processed persimmons, such as dried persimmons. The 7 types of fruit that have been scientifically proven to be bad for people with diabetes are listed below. If you want to maintain your blood sugar at a stable level, you should limit these fruits as much as possible. Instead, use other fruits that are equally delicious and safe for blood sugar, such as avocados, peaches, grapefruits, guavas, and cherries. If you eat them, eat the smallest amount possible and consult your doctor about your diet because each person has a different disease severity level. Diet is only one part of controlling diabetes. You should combine diet with regular exercise. Exercise helps you burn excess calories and maintain weight. At the same time, it enables you to protect your heart and increase your body's resistance. Exercise is an indispensable factor in fighting diabetes. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you find this video interesting and meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section, and we will respond as soon as possible. Once again, goodbye, and see you in the following videos.